Hello, you're welcome to this free webinar on money making ideas. I am DAPPA, and let's get started. Whether you are seeking an extra source of income, whether you're actually even looking for a source of income, you don't have any source of income currently, or whether you earn a lot of money but you still need extra income because you have a whole lot of expenses on your shoulders, whichever category that you belong to, I'm hopeful that you'll find an idea to run with from this webinar. So the first set of ideas that I'm going to share are ideas that do not require any money. You do not require any capital to launch out with any of these ideas. The first one is affiliate marketing. You must have heard about affiliate marketing. It's popular, it's all over the place. Everybody talks about it in recent times, but it's something you should indeed pay closer attention to, especially if you don't understand what it is or if you've not really paid close attention to it. I'm going to use myself as an example. A couple of years ago, I approached a computer store called Admas Computers and in the city of Port Harcourt. And I discussed with them. The reason was because I had a lot of friends and associates who reached out to me asking me where they could buy laptops, where they could buy printers, those two products in particular. So at some point it occurred to me that I was broke and I needed money, and I kept referring customers to a computer store that I had no connection with whatsoever. Wasn't there a way? Then I didn't even know it was called affiliate marketing or anything of such. So I started to wonder, shouldn't I at least have some sort of benefit from this computer store? So I went there and I asked to discuss with the manager. He came, gentleman, we spoke, and I told him that, look, I've been referring a lot of customers to you. Right now, I can't even prove it to you because we don't have records of those that I've referred to you. However, I still have a lot to refer to you, but I like to get something in return. And he made me an offer that for every referral that I pushed their way, I was going to get 5,000 naira. Now, the negotiation doesn't concern me, the bargain doesn't concern me. Whatever the bargain, that's fine. But at the end of the day, 5,000 naira is going to be set aside for me from that sale. So I have a particular day of the week I go when each week that I refer someone who buys something from them on the Thursday of that week or the following week, I go and they give me my money. And it felt really, really good. I don't even know why I stopped. This year alone, I've earned over 3 million naira referring business to people, making referrals, making recommendations as an affiliate marketer. By the way, I do it casually. So I'm wondering what is possible if I do it full time. If not that I have the constraint of time. But these are things that I've done so casually without going anywhere most of the time, just through my phone, making the connections. And then currently, I even have one that I'm facilitating on behalf of my organization with a company called Connection Telecoms. It's a tech company. They have lots of subsidiaries and they need affiliate marketers. And so we're currently enrolling affiliate marketers for them. So for every sale you make for them, getting people to companies and businesses to use their software, for every time those organizations are paying their subscription, you get a commission. So if the company pays for a 1 month subscription, you get from just that 1 month. But where the customer pays for 6 months or even 1 year subscription, you get the commission for the full 1 year. So just by getting up to about 10 of such organizations to use their software, you could earn as much as 500,000 naira. Think about that. Does it sound good? Okay, so we'll move on to the next idea. Time will not allow me to go deep into this idea to explain how you can get started, the steps to take, things that you need to know, and all of that. So I move on to idea number two. Now, the next idea I have to share here is on digital product. You may be seeing number six there, idea number six. It is not a mistake. That's because there are lots of ideas to share, and this webinar can't cover all of those ideas and even the extra information that I have to share. So I just have to skip through so that this webinar wouldn't be too long. But just stay tuned, stay connected, and you get to know about the other ideas. There are actually 45 ideas in total. So let's proceed. Now, last year during the COVID-19 lockdown, I was contacted by a number of elderly people, people that we typically refer to as seniors, or I like to refer to them as late bloomers. And they wanted me to facilitate a webinar session with them. I couldn't get to do it anyway. My hands were quite full at the time. But they wanted me to facilitate a webinar, for them. Even facilitating the webinar was a challenge because they are not familiar with all of these platforms. In fact, one of the modules that they wanted me to take for that webinar was how to join a webinar. So you could imagine the challenge with trying to get that done for them. They wanted to learn things like how to shop online, how to use their credit card online, how to join a Zoom meeting, how to set up an online meeting, very basic things. They were willing to pay well. And I'm talking about up to about 20 or more of such persons. Now, the idea is there are people who are hungry and willing to learn something that you currently know. But you think that what you know is not so fantastic, it's not so innovative, it's not anything big, it's just something so common. But I'm here to tell you that there are people out there somewhere in the world who desperately, who seriously need to learn that thing you are downplaying, no matter what it is. I watched a YouTube video of someone teaching people how to boil egg without the egg cracking, and she's got thousands of views. She's got thousands of views. Doing what? Teaching people how to boil egg. I call her the master egg boiler. I can't remember the name of her YouTube channel. So if you search master egg boiler, I'm not sure you'll find it because I gave it that name. At our firm, we have a lot of people who reach out to us asking us to guide them through the process of getting funds for their business. And so we ended up putting together a resource called Get Funded. It's an ebook that's like a course, and it's called Get Funded. So whenever anybody approaches us now asking for guidance on how to raise capital for their business, we simply refer them to the book and they buy it. So we just sell the same knowledge that we've had, free advice that we give, we put it into a book and we sell. And that's the idea of digital product. There's something don't downplay it. Somebody out there needs it. There are lots of young fathers, new fathers, who do not know how to change diapers. You just may be amazed that a video or a course teaching them the step-by-step process of how to change diaper will go a long way, and you find people buying it. It's amazing. It's amazing the things people are looking for out there. So what do you know? What skill do you have? Think about it. So we proceed. Idea number 9, we have to skip again to cover grounds. Cleaning. This is so common. There are lots of cleaning companies all over the place. But there's a gap that I've noticed. And that gap has to do with the fact that even those who have maids, the maids do just basic cleaning on a daily basis. A lot of homes lack deep cleaning. Deep cleaning. Behind the seats, moving the beds, moving the refrigerators, moving the deep freezers, behind the cupboards, the ceilings, cobwebs, the window panes, and so on. A lot of homes lack deep cleaning because people have become a lot busier in recent times trying to make ends meet. So you could think about cleaning, but think about it in a way that you could market and propose your value to the target. Anyway, this is well explained in details you know is well explained in details, and you're going to be able to have a clearer picture on how to even start. Moving to the next one, this is the second category, the part B. Ideas that require you to learn a skill. Number 13, copywriting. This year alone, I have personally earned over 400,000 naira please, this year, just doing copywriting. I've had to write, you know, for funeral. I've had to create narratives for funeral, rewrite the what do you call it now, biography of the deceased in a way that is interesting. It could be used for video production. It could be used for citations and all of that. I've had to write commercial scripts for banks, for restaurants, and different businesses. And the same thing, I've had to also write scripts for birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and a whole lot more. And put together and over 400,000 naira. Doing it just casually, just casually. And a lot of what I write, it's one page. The content that I've written that's just two A4 pages aren't so much. In other words, about 90% of the content that I've had to write is just one page, one A4 page, but I've earned over 400,000 naira. Think about it. 17, baking. Of course, baking is also common. There are a lot of people who bake, but the space is still very wide, still very wide. There's a whole lot that you could still do in the baking space. You could even decide to create your own niche. You could decide to focus on baking just cakes for kids, kiddies cake niche, like I've termed it here. You could decide to also just bake items for school, for school children to take to school because they definitely need snacks every single day, Monday to Friday. Um, you could even decide to make homemade bread, for families within your neighborhood and all of that. But baking is something that you could actually take advantage of. Stay with us, stay with me. Number 21 is mobile photography. Mobile photography. I mean, every business is creating a social media page. A lot of people are trying to take their business online. There are lots of businesses online, lots of social media pages coming up on Instagram and all of that. And one thing that almost every social media page, particularly businesses, need is photography, good photographs that help them to sell their business. And traditional photography could be expensive for a lot of these businesses, especially the small ones. So you could become an alternative, but you must learn how to take very fabulous photos with your phone. You could do it for social media content, product photography, even photos that could be used for designs to design a flyer and all of that. You could generate photos that could be used for all of that and earn clean easy money. You just need to learn the skill of mobile photography. Next category is part C, ideas for full-time business. Number 27, again, we have to skip because of time. But number 27, evening jobs. Evening jobs, just think about it as evening jobs. There are lots of caterers, lots of food businesses, and most seem to focus on breakfast packs and lunch packs. Of course, for understandable reasons, meeting needs in those areas. But what about dinner packs? Think about it, dinner packs. Lots of time people close from work and they're too tired to make food at home. Even those who have food at home in their refrigerators and deep freezer sometimes are too tired to defrost, to warm. They just want something to eat and go to bed. That's where dinner packs come in. Or think about it as pick along, targeting low income earners who also on their way home want to just grab something along the road that they could eat. Think about it, evening jobs, just evenings, just a few hours in the evening, probably from 5 all the way to 9 or 10 as the case may be. Just think about it, think about it. Moving on to idea number 32. So, do you love gadgets? Do you understand gadgets very well? Are you the kind of person that people come to ask what kind of phone they should buy and all of that? Because truth is that when people get to that point when they want to buy a phone or a laptop or an accessory as the case may be, a lot of times people are confused, they are not sure. and they don't want to make the mistake of buying the wrong item. So they need guidance. Could you be that person to provide the guidance? You could get money, you could earn a lot of money from just providing guidance, from doing reviews on phones and all of that. Again, stay with us. Number 36, baby wears. A lot of young couples, first time parents have the challenge of finding quality but pocket friendly wares for their children. You know how attached parents could be, especially first time parents, how attached parents can be to their babies. So they want the best for their babies. They want their babies to feel cool, feel fly, But where to find items is a challenge for a lot of them. So could you be that person that they come to get the ideal good quality, baby wears, pocket friendly baby wears? Think about it. Deep pocket ideas. Of course, these ideas require a lot of money, a lot of resources, even solid network. The first one is idea number 40, shared flats. Over 90% of young people in Nigeria still live with their parents, mainly because they cannot afford to rent a house of their own. Housing is expensive for them. Because of that, a lot of these young people, when they graduate from school, desire to retain their off-campus apartment because off-campus apartments are usually more affordable than regular apartments out there in the city. But maybe off-campus is too far from city, off-campus is too far from home, so they want to be closer to home and all of that, so they are not able to retain. But there are a few who are able to retain and just stay there because they can afford it. So think about it. So what if there could be shared flats where one person doesn't need to rent the flat alone? In other words, the rooms in the flat could be rented separately. If it's a three-bedroom flat, the three rooms can be rented to three different persons, where each room could even be shared by two persons. Of course, there's a whole lot that has to go into that. But is this something that is possible? Oh, yes, it is possible. It is possible. And we've also shared how that can be achieved, things to consider, and all of that. But then let's move on. Idea number 43, easy cars, still for the same category of persons, young people, graduates, youth corpers, young workers. Over 90% of young people, again, do not own a car, even though they desire to, because they cannot afford one. So could you do a research? Could you find out how to get cars like what you can see on the screen? Simple cars, this is just an example, but simple, cars, but still looks very clean, has a functional air conditioner, and, affordable, and they could even pay in installments and get started with owning their own car. Think about it. Idea number 45, and the last, school shuttle. There are lots of schools who are not able to buy their own school bus, but they do need the school shuttle service. So can you provide that service to schools where you own the bus? You could also handle the fleet management, maintenance of the bus. You also provide the drivers, but then the schools pay you a subscription fee. By the way, these schools charge parents for school bus. So what happens is that they charge for the school bus and then the money is shared with you and then you provide the bus. Depending on the number of schools that you are able to get to serve, that would also inform how many buses you will need. So you see why this is a deep pocket idea, because in a lot of cases, one bus may not even serve a school. If a school has a lot of children, then you also will need to provide more buses to that school. And then when the school is on holiday, you could use those the buses to run regular shuttle services, city shuttle services, and the like, or for hiring. But think about it. You could work with school clusters, schools within a particular vicinity. You could serve them, do pickups, do drop-offs, get commissions, and it will also go a long way to relieve parents of school runs. Parents have to go drop their children in the morning, and then they also have to jump out of the office, out of business, to go pick their children from school in the afternoon, with this shuttle service, you are going to ease that stress a great deal. So think about it. Now, this is where it is interesting. We have 45 ideas for you, but because of time, we are able to share only about 12. So there are 33 more ideas. Wonderful ideas, 33 more. You definitely need to spend time to consume all of these ideas and find the one that is finally going to make a lot of money flow into your bank account. And that is where the book comes. So we've decided to put all of these ideas together into a book. And the book is also titled Money Making Ideas. 45 ideas in total. Detailed explanation of these ideas with steps to get started, things you need to know, and recommended tools and resources. The price for those who attended the webinar itself, they already booked for this book for 2,000 naira, and that has come to an end. But currently, pre-order is ongoing for 3,000 naira. So you can pre-order and pay just 3,000 naira. Or you can wait for when the book is released by mid-November and pay 5,000 naira. The choice is yours. So if you like to pre-order, you could screenshot this very part of the video right now and make your payment to any of these two bank accounts, or you could go online to the website here, just type seller.co/9val, short form of Valentine, 9val, VAL, and you'd find the process to order it via this platform for the same 3,000 naira by mid-November. Just in fact, by the end of October, before the release of the book, this pre-order for 3,000 naira will be over. If you make this transfer to us, please send evidence of payment to the WhatsApp number on the screen, screenshot it. This number is also on Telegram, so in case you are not on WhatsApp but you're on Telegram, you can send evidence to this number, or you could also send it via email to wecare@mapemond.com. You've got to make this money. You've got to make this money. Don't let these 45 ideas pass you by, regardless of your category. Whether you have no job currently, whether you're working, you need extra income, whether you've got no skill, or whether you've got a skill and you're thinking of how to monetize your skill, you need these 45 ideas to find the one that suits you best. And guess what? It's not about the 45 ideas alone. It's also about the fact that these 45 ideas will set your mind on fire and inspire many ideas that we may not have even thought of to include in this book, even though we think that there will be a part two to the book. So this is our website. You could check us out to know more about us, and we're looking forward to receiving your orders for the book. Thank you for watching.